Find and simplify the difference quotient for the function. So they give us a function here, f of x, and we need to find the difference quotient. So the difference quotient is defined as the f of x plus h minus the f of x, which we already have over here, all over h. Okay, noting that h cannot be 0 because you can't have 0 in a denominator. So I know the f of x, okay, they gave me that. It's this thing right here. And I know h. I need to find the f of x plus h. That's the first thing to do. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to find the f of x plus h. And that means that everywhere we saw an x, we're going to plug in an x plus h. So that's going to be right here and right here. Now, I like to use my blank parentheses, negative x squared plus 3x plus 4. And we're going to plug it in. We're going to plug in x plus h, that's where the x was. And we're going to plug in x plus h, that's where this x was. Now we need to simplify what we have. Now, it's very important to note that this x plus h squared, you're going to have to FOIL that out. Okay, you can't just square the first part and square the second part. You have to actually write it out twice and then square it. So when in doubt, write it out. So we have minus x plus h times x plus h plus, and then here we can just go ahead and distribute. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times h is 3h, and then drop down the plus 4. Now we need to FOIL this part right here, so let's go ahead and do it. Drop down my minus. I'm going to put my first 2, outer 2, inner 2, and last 2 inside the parentheses. First 2, x times x, x squared. Outer 2, x times h, xh. Inner 2, h times x, and we could write it hx, but it would be better to see if we write it as xh. Okay, the order doesn't matter there when they're multiplied. And then the last 2, h times h, is h squared. And make a little more space, plus h squared. All right, drop everything else down, plus 3x, plus 3h, plus 4. Now, the next thing I'm going to notice after I distribute that I can combine these two. Okay? FOILing is distributing, by the way. I can combine these two. I have plus 1xh plus 1xh, and that's going to give me 2xh's. So I'm going to do that now. You could do it now, or you could do it later. So let's see. 1xh plus 1xh is 2xh plus h squared, and then drop down everything else. Now let's distribute this negative sign. I have a negative x squared, I'm going to have a negative 2xh, and then I'm going to have a negative h squared. So negative x squared minus 2xh minus h squared. Drop everything else down, plus 3x plus 3h plus 4. And now I'm ready to combine like terms. If I have any like terms to combine, do you see any like terms? I do not. So this is what we have. Okay, this is the f of x plus h. And we're going to take this and we're going to plug it in right here for this thing. Okay, so let me make a little bit of space here. Alright, so shrink that down a little bit, give me some more room. Let's go ahead and let's plug in the f of x plus h goes here. Okay, so negative x squared minus 2xh minus h squared plus 3x plus 3y, I'm sorry, 3h plus 4. That is the f of x plus h minus, and now I'm going to plug in the f of x. Okay, so that's right here, given to us. And that's going to be negative x squared plus 3x plus 4. And it's all going to go over h. Now, the first part here, we don't need these parentheses anymore. Okay, there's nothing multiplying outside, no number, no negative. So we'll take that out of the parentheses. But over here, remember that we are subtracting everything in these parentheses. So we are going to have to distribute this minus through to each term. All right, so let's go ahead and rewrite that. And draw my fraction bar. So I'm going to have negative x squared minus 2xh minus h squared plus 3x plus 3h plus 4. Now I will have minus a negative x squared, which is a positive x squared. I'm going to have minus 3x, and then I'm going to have minus 4 all over h. Now let's see if there's any like terms that we can combine. Okay, and I see a few. We have a negative x squared, and we can put that together with a positive x squared. We have a plus 4, which I can combine with a minus 4. And we have a plus 3x, which I can combine with a minus 3x. Okay, anything else? Nope, that's it. All right, so let's go ahead and combine these. I have negative x squared, let me get a different color, negative x squared plus x squared in the purple, and those two will just cancel out, give me 0. Plus 3x minus 3x in the black, those will cancel out. And then plus 4 minus 4, those will also cancel out. So here is what I'm left with. I'm left with negative 2xh minus h squared plus 3h all over h. Now, one more step to simplify. I realize that every term in the numerator has an h that I can factor out. See this h, this one of these h's and this h? I can factor out an h out of each term in the numerator. Okay, when I do that, I'm going to have an h out in front, and I will be left with negative 2x minus h plus 3. And now the last step, I notice that h in the numerator will cancel out h in the denominator. And now I'm going to have my answer. Negative 2x minus h plus 3. And this is the difference quotient.